I mean, most of you guys have heard about this whole AI takeover, and how we have these AI artists that got signed $1 million record label, whatever that means, right? As real artists who make real art and dive deep into our crafts, I want to offer a solution and maybe a perspective, because it's one thing to be complaining, and I have complained before, trust me, but I want to shift the focus into a solution. Now, before that, I feel like the real problem is really not AI, and it's more so a disconnection. Hear me out. This is an opportunity for us, the artists, the real human artists, to reflect and get back into the root of music itself and dive deeper into it and lean into the human aspect of music. With more of the technological evolution and development that comes with the creation of music itself, we are chasing perfection, timing, pitch, without actually diving deep into the craft itself. And to me, it's a shame, because now we're starting to lose that messy, emotional thing that actually makes music stick and makes music to make us feel, make us relate to one another as human beings on an emotional level. To me, AI can copy something and how it sounds, but it can't copy soul. So I really want to offer the solution on how, as artists, we can lean more into the human aspect of music, so we don't have to worry too much about a machine that can't even feel, that needs to be trained off of somebody else's intellectual property. Yes, I said what I said. In order to make a song, just by pressing buttons. I was hesitant to talk about this, but this really needs to be talked about, especially with everything that's going on. Now, of course, we can't really talk about music that has soul without talking about great artists like D'Angelo. I've been diving deep into his music and watch a lot of YouTube videos that analyze his music, and it's so exciting and intriguing. It makes me want to listen, like really listen, lean into the human aspect of his groove, melody, singing, and lyrics, the feel of it, the soul. It's not just musical, but there's something spiritual about it. And honestly, that kind of human timing, it can't be automated. You can't quantize that, because it's missing that aspect. It's too perfect. When you listen to Voodoo, the first song, you can really feel this looseness in the groove, and it doesn't feel exactly on time. The drum drags, the bass pull forward, and the vocals, the stacks, they just melt into the pocket, and somehow it's magic. Well, it's not somehow, it is magic. Feels tighter because of it. And as you may have guessed, that is not a mistake. It's intention behind it. And that's evolution. Because real evolution doesn't come from following the trend, doesn't come from following the rule. It comes from those who breaks it. That's why he was such an amazing revolutionary artist that he was. And those are artists who beat to their own drum, quite literally. And when we study artists like D'Angelo, we don't only study the technique, it's so much more than that. We study humanity. And like I said, you can't quantize feel. I mean, come on now. How do you do that? And you can't program chemistry either. That is come from human. That comes from feeling. By leaning into that feeling, that human aspect of the art, that's how revolutions happen. Not by being cleaner, faster, or anything that is deemed as right, as trendier at the time, but by being truer, by honoring the feel that you have when you create the music, and really emphasize that. Every new wave, every new genre starts because somebody dares to sound like themselves. Somebody had the audacity to not follow the rules and break them instead. And that's what separates real artists from the manufactured ones. AI or otherwise, whoever, who try to sound like somebody else. So, Shanti, what's the solution? How do we move forward? The answer is to lean into your competitive advantage, to go deeper into your humanity and do what feels right. We need to study what makes us move, what feels good in our body. Get in touch with your breath and embrace that imperfections, and keep that first take where even though you fall a little flat, but you felt like you delivered it with the most emotion. That's the one where you feel like, ugh, it really ties with the lyric and it emphasizes what you're saying in your song. And just your overall story, honor that. Honor your human experience, because AI could never, it's a freaking machine, because that's your fingerprint. And there's no machine that can replicate that. Instead of trying to sound like somebody else and follow whatever everybody else got going on, look inward and dive deeper into yourself. And yes, that requires a lot of self-reflection and a lot of self-experiment in the studio. And that just comes with being a chef in the studio, in the kitchen. You gotta cook. You gotta put together ingredients. In order to make your own dish, you need to get in the kitchen and start putting things together. Yes, there's nothing new under the sun. It's really true. But when you really honor your human experience, lead and create using that, that's when no AI, no other artist can replicate you. And you will forever put your stamp in every song that you sing, every song that you create and perform. Nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can take your human experience from you, whether they were there or not, whether they believe what you're saying or not. And that's the beautiful thing to me. That's the powerful thing. At times, I get it. I feel sometimes defeated too as an artist, because like, dang, I spent hours just trying to track my own vocals and stack the vocals and do the doubles and all these things. You can't even copy paste doubles. So don't get discouraged, and instead lean into the human aspect of it. Lean into the imperfection. The imperfection is what's gonna make you iconic. Take a deep breath. Wusa, let yourself feel again, because your individuality, it's your superpower. It's your greatest rebellion. And AI might be efficient. And when we talk about business and all of that, sure, whatever. Cost effective, less time, whatever it is. But you are alive. You and me. Yeah, and that's something that technology can't fake. And here's what I keep coming back to. Every generation always freaks out when there's something new comes out, whether it's auto-tune, AI artist, AI mixer, whatever it is. But the real artists, the one who want to make sustainable career, they adapt without losing themselves. Because the most important thing is this. It's in here and in here. They use the tools, but they don't become the tools. And they evolve without erasing their identity. And to me, AI will never replace real artists, because real art doesn't come from code. It doesn't come from training models. It comes from consciousness. It comes from pain, heartbreak, love, joy, all the things that us real humans feel and experience. And that's why I'm super grateful for artists like D'Angelo and his legacy, because he left us such beautiful legacy, and not just music, but example that no matter what you do, as long as you stick to be a human being and authentic to who you are, the art will stick. It will be timeless no matter what. In a way, he gave us a blueprint to groove with humanity and not lose it among with all of these other technologies that honestly will keep coming out. It will try to replace us, but it will never be able to, because he showed us how to groove with humanity when the world gets too mechanical and technical. So if you're an artist who feels overwhelmed in this AI noise, just breathe. It's okay. The solution isn't out there. It's already in you. You You just have to look inward and feel it, because being real in your art and vulnerable and human is what makes you timeless and iconic.